let's start with another video. Now, this one is another book review. So for all you book lovers out there, this one is for you. So this book review is on The Housemaid, which is The Housemaid #1 by Frieda McFadden. So as many of you may know, this actually had turned into a movie, which starred Amanda Seyfried and also Sydney Sweeney. So I was really interested in checking this book out as there was definitely a lot of excitement and some controversy behind this book, and I knew it was going to be that it was going to be a movie, and so I just had to check it out because I really wanted to see the movie. And most of the times when a book is both a book and movie, I usually like to check out both. So I usually read the book and see the movie, or read the book and see the show. So I really found this book quite interesting. It had a lot of twists and turns you weren't necessarily expecting, and I totally loved the different perspectives of each character. Now, this book, there are actually multiple parts to this series. So we've only seen the first one become a movie so far. However, there's going to be another book from this series becoming a movie shortly. So I'm not 100% sure if it's coming out later this year or next year or exactly when it's going to be out. However, I am really excited about it also. So many of you may know these books. If you have read any of the Frieda McFadden books, let me know in the comments and let me know which book was your favorite. Now, again, the book that I'm talking about now is The Housemaid. Now, the second book in the series is called The Housemaid's Secret. I've not yet read that book. I'm very excited to read it, though. So, now, The Housemaid, it is actually about a woman who had been pregnant when she got a job, and then it ended up falling for one of the people that she worked for, and then of course so she ends up hiring a housemaid, and the person she ends up hiring is named Millie, and she was previously in jail, and she'd been having some trouble with keeping work due to her criminal record, and also, some people didn't really give her a chance. So I'm going to read you the synopsis, and also too, it is now, as I said, is now a major motion picture starring Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. So the synopsis is as follows. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house, top to bottom. I collect their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells me strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I only try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like. But she soon finds out. And the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. I reassure myself the Winchesters don't really know who I am. They don't know what I'm capable of. However, are things really what they seem? Now, when it comes to this book, no, it is absolutely not. So, in all honesty, I do not want to give away any spoilers, but it is not at all what you expect. And as you get towards the end of the book, you realize that Nina wasn't necessarily who you thought she was, and also, too, you end up realizing maybe who the real crazy one was in this story. Also, too, at the end of the book, Millie ends up looking for another job, and she ends up getting referred to another house to work for another rich person, and she ends up going to the interview, and then she finds out that Nina was the one who recommended her. So this leads up to the second story that we're going to end up finding out more about in the next movie. So when it comes to the second book, as I said, it's called The Handmaid's Secret. I'm probably going to read that soon. I will definitely be reading it before I see the movie. So now the synopsis of this one is, as he continues showing me their incredible penthouse apartment, I have a terrible feeling about the woman behind closed doors, but I can't risk losing this job. Not if I keep my darkest secrets safe. It's hard to find an employer who doesn't ask too many questions about my past. So I have to thank my lucky stars that the Garricks miraculously gave me this job. This cleaning their stunning penthouse with views across the city, preparing fancy meals in their shiny kitchen. I can work here for a while, stay quiet until I get what I want. It's almost perfect, but I still haven't met Mrs. Garrick or seen the inside of the guest bedroom. I'm sure I hear her crying. I notice spots of blood around the neck of her white nightgowns when I'm doing laundry, and one day I can't help but knock on the door. When it gently swings open, what I see inside changes everything. That's when I make a promise. After all I've done this before, I can protect Mrs. Garrick while keeping my head down. Douglas Garrick has done wrong. He is going to pay. It's simply a question of how far I'm willing to go. An unbelievably twisty read that will have you glued to the pages into the night. Anyone who loves the woman in the window, the wife between us, and the girl on the train will be completely hooked. I am really excited to see what this story entails and like what we end up seeing Millie go on to have happen in this story, and like where her adventures will take her. So yeah, Millie, she's young, she's beautiful, but she's got a past, and and so of course she doesn't realize the truth behind how she got this job, just like she doesn't realize what's really going on and the underlying truth about the situation with the other family she's working for, right? The the Winchesters. And so honestly, I highly recommend this, the book, The Housemaid. I haven't yet seen the movie. When I do see the movie, I'm going to do a movie review and compare and contrast the movie versus the book. Let me know in the comments if you've read this book or if you've seen the movie and what you thought of both. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care. Bye, guys.